Don't argue with me in my video. You say I'm gathering energy to vlog and you're killing everything. Hi guys, hi my peoples, welcome back to another video in Kigali, Rwanda. So today I'm going to be, me and my friends, we booked a trip and we are going to be seeing some of the things that you can do throughout the day in Kigali, Rwanda. So it's a day trip. So in this video I'm going to be showing you the things to do in Kigali, Rwanda. Come along, let's go. Thank you. These are my friends, we're just from our accommodation. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm happy, the girls are happy, we're having good energy. We are so ready to explore this city. What could possibly go wrong? So the tour is estimated to take 2.5 hours. Guys, do you see Kigali from here? That must be the CBD. Anyways, we are getting transportation. We are going to go by motorbike and start off this trip tour. How much? 500. One thing I've learned about bargaining is that in most cases you're going to receive a no. And yes, in this situation, many border guys turned down our offer. We wanted to pay 500 per person, but they were charging 1,000 per person. So we waited around until we got borders that were willing to take that amount, and we started off the journey. One thing we didn't know though is that in Rwanda, a motorbike is supposed to carry only one person. So since we are 4, the costs ended up being way more than we had planned because we had to take 4 motorbikes at whatever place we were going to. So if you're a group of people planning to travel to Rwanda, keep that in mind as you plan. The tour that we booked did not include the genocide memorial among the places they would take us to. So we decided to first of all go check it out by ourselves and then later on head out to meet the tour guide. So I'd like to say that if you're visiting Rwanda for the very first time, I would recommend that you check out the genocide memorial because learning about the history of the country will help you appreciate the country more, and I feel like your trip will be completely different. After about 30 minutes, we had to leave. Of course, 30 minutes is not enough. We could have stayed longer. There was so much more for us to see, but we were on time and we had to meet with our tour guide. So we headed out and walked a bit as we waited to find motorbikes to our next stop. So our next stop was the Kigali Convention Center. This is where we agreed to meet with our tour guide. Now, this is how the problem started. First of all, we decided not to get a local SIM card because we are going to spend only one day in Kigali. And we decided, why would we get a local SIM card? Besides, there is Wi-Fi at our accommodation, we don't really need it. So before leaving home, I communicated with our tour guide and he told us to meet him at Kigali Convention Center next to Radisson Blu Hotel, which I thought was like quite, a unique place. But like sometimes you can see a place from different angles and it all looks the same. I don't know if I'm making sense. But then the other thing he told us is that the place we are meeting him at has a statue with a water fountain on it, and it's on a roundabout, and it's next to the convention center and Radisson Blu Hotel. So of course, as we left home, I knew that in mind, plus I'd taken a screenshot, and in my mind I thought to myself, we'll ask around. So we left home without internet connection because we left the Wi-Fi at the accommodation. We also didn't have a local SIM card to make calls. We had a bit of airtime on our local SIM cards, but because of the roaming effect, it would cost so much more to make these calls. So we head over there. We tell the motorbikes to take us to Kigali Convention Center. And let me just say that where they placed us was like on the other side of where we're supposed to go, because once we got there, I couldn't see the water fountain, I couldn't see the statue, plus we're a little bit late. We're supposed to meet there at 11 a.m. and by the time we got to the Kigali Convention Center, it must have been like 5 minutes past 11. Now, if we had reached at the exact right place, I'm sure I would have caught the guide, but we were on the other side, and then we got inside the compound of Kigali Convention Center, I think. And I think we are more on the side of Radisson Blue Hotel. It was really so confusing. Like, I could see the convention center, but I could see Radisson Blue, but we are inside because we passed by security and got into the premises, and we kept walking thinking we'd find it on the inside, but all this time it was on the outside. So we kept asking for directions. I think we asked for directions at like 3 different stops, and eventually we got out from a whole different gate of Radisson Blue, and the security people there were so helpful. They directed us to where the statue is. By the time we got there, it was like 11:17, and of course the tour guide wasn't there. I think, let me not say I think, we're obviously already so late, so we just like kind of sat there and waited it out. We had no way of communicating with him, which was so ridiculous. I just felt so bad that, like, it all seemed so well and it seemed like it would go well, but in that moment I was blaming myself so much. So we kind of sat there for like maybe 30 minutes. I think we even made an hour there. Initially, the first 10 minutes was me thinking that he might turn up, but then I think we later on realized that we are too late for the guide to actually turn up. I think he had left already. So guys, after checking out the genocide memorial, the second place you should visit is the Kigali Convention Center. It looks much better in the night because it lights up. As you can see, this is the background. So you'll have to find your way to the main entrance. Go up there, there is a cafe that has some good food. I've not tasted it. And then you see what happens when you're vlogging with a group of people that just came to chill under the sun. Anyway guys, it's next to Radisson Blue and it has really a great background for photos. We've taken a few photos here. You can find them on my Instagram. I'm going to put it on the screen. Then right next to it there is, this building is called KH. It has Java House. I think we're in the,
it's not
we
KH,
are uptown.
it's KL.
No, it's KH. The guy told me it was KH.
It's KL. The K is written there.
It is literally KH.
Really?
That's how the guy spelled it. And then guys,
You're
I
the
think
guy for biblical truth.
but he lives here.
Really?
Don't argue with me in my video. You see, I'm gathering energy to vlog and you're killing everything. And we just sat there. There was a beautiful view of the convention center and Radisson Blue, and we decided to just take photos. And then I just don't know. To make matters worse, after our tour, which I told you would take 2.5 hours, our next plan was to go and board buses to go to Burundi. And now, in this moment, we also realized that we've missed the bus to Burundi. So it was a day where all the plans we had failed. And to make matters a little bit worse, when you think it's bad, it gets worse and then worst. We had checked out of our accommodation, so we had missed that day city tour we had booked. We had missed the buses to Burundi, but we had also checked out of our accommodation, and now we had to look for accommodation somewhere else. Now, as we didn't have internet connection, didn't have local SIM cards to make calls, we had to kind of sit there and scratch our heads on what our next plan would be. And thank God, UG Connect had shared with me where he stayed when he came to Kigali, the name of the place. So I knew the name of the place, and then we just got motorbikes, directed them to take us to that place. Thank God, when we got there, they had free rooms and they had Wi-Fi. So we kind of had a place to sit and plan again, but I guess up to now, I kind of feel bad, especially because we missed that that city tour. The places that suggested were really nice places to see, and I just hope that on my next visit, I get to do it. But yeah, that's travel. I don't want you guys to look at only the good side. Sometimes things can go terribly wrong, and sometimes even when you've planned, things can still go bad. So yeah, that's how everything happened. I absolutely didn't expect this to happen to me in Kigali, Rwanda, like the title says, but it happened, and I hope that you learn from my mistakes so that you make better decisions when you're traveling. That's it for this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you so much. Do share down below some of the things that went wrong on any trip that you've ever taken so that we learn from your mistakes, just like you guys can now learn from my mistakes. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in another one. Bye.